Hi there guys, so during the build up to Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, the rematch on February 22nd, there was a roundtable discussion on BT Sport, and who did they put together? David Haye and John Fury. A bit of a clash of personalities, wouldn't you say? Now obviously they were at odds about who would win this fight. It's nothing personal from David Haye. I think he genuinely supports Tyson Fury, but he just believes the devastating punching power of Deontay Wilder is going to be too much for Tyson Fury, and considering how much Deontay Wilder has improved since that first Tyson Fury fight, David Haye doesn't believe that Deontay Wilder will crack under pressure, but it is the belief of John Fury that he will. Once Tyson Fury gets his jab out, once he starts working to the body, and Deontay Wilder has no answer for it, that is when Deontay Wilder will unravel. But David Haye did not believe that Deontay Wilder was capable of unraveling. Now we have seen Deontay Wilder under pressure in that first Luis Ortiz fight and in the Tyson Fury fight as well. And all credit to him, he did come through it. He stood up strong and he took the punishment and came back. So there were signs that he could start unraveling, but he didn't. He kept his composure and came back into the fight. But John Fury believes his son is much better this time and he will outbox and beat up Deontay Wilder. He will make him unravel. And the reason why he thinks this is because he thinks that Tyson Fury was not in good shape in the first fight. He believes that Tyson Fury was out of shape, and he explained when he prodded his son, he was like tissue paper. He was very fleshy and he had only had like 6 months or so to come back and get ready for that fight. He should never have been in there with Deontay Wilder. Interestingly, he did also say that Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson would have smashed Tyson Fury in 2 rounds had they been in there with Tyson Fury on that night. He doesn't believe Tyson Fury was anywhere near 100%. And to be honest, he didn't really like Ben Davison. I don't think, again, it's anything personal from John Fury, but he clearly seemed to think that Ben Davison could not get the best out of Tyson Fury. He said it in the Otto Wallen fight, that if Tyson Fury stuck with that team, it was going to ruin his career. That was the worst performance he believes he has ever seen from Tyson Fury in that Otto Wallen fight, and that was why he believed that Tyson Fury needed to jump ship, why he needed to change trainers. Now I don't know how much influence he had on Tyson Fury going away from Ben Davison and going with Sugar Ray Hill. Obviously, we know that Tyson Fury is missing Ben Davison. We know that he likes having Ben Davison in camp with him. And Ben Davison does seem to understand Tyson Fury and what he needs to do in order to win that fight with Deontay Wilder. Because let's be real, Tyson Fury did win that fight. If you scored it correctly, you would see that Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder. I don't see how the judges can score it a draw. But having said that, I guess it could be worse. I guess Tyson Fury could have lost on that night because that would have been an absolute robbery. It was really anyway, but a loss for Tyson Fury on that night on December 1st, 2018 would have been atrocious because there is no way that Tyson Fury lost that fight, especially after getting up in the 12th round and coming back and still winning the remainder of the round, catching Deontay Wilder and nearly finishing him. Interestingly though, Tyson Fury believes he has to knock out Deontay Wilder, and that is what he is training for. He has explained he will be 270 pounds walking into the ring against Deontay Wilder. Now, Tyson Fury is the king of mind games, so how much of that we believe is up to the individual. It's whether you want to believe Tyson Fury that he is going to go in there and knock out Deontay Wilder, or whether he is going to box off the back foot like he did for much of the first fight. Now, the one thing with this fight, Tyson Fury does need to be fast on his feet because he needs space behind him to move into. So he needs a strong jab, but he also needs to come off to the side. He needs to make sure he is not central when Deontay Wilder tries to counter him, because Deontay Wilder gets majority of his knockouts off of the back foot. He is not considered to be a good boxer off of the back foot, but he can do it. A lot of his fights, he is on the back foot. So that is something that Tyson Fury will need to watch out for, especially if he is going to meet Deontay Wilder head on and go toe-to-toe with him. Let me tell you this now, if Tyson Fury does meet Deontay Wilder in the center of the ring, he will not just stand there, hold his feet and trade with him. Because the 2 times in the first fight that Tyson Fury held his feet too long, he got knocked down. And that will happen in the second fight. So Tyson Fury does need to make sure he creates a good distance and makes Deontay Wilder fall short, and also make sure that he comes around to the side, does not back up in straight lines and allow Deontay Wilder to apply that pressure. Because with Deontay Wilder being so unorthodox and unlike any other boxer, he will leap in from distance, and he doesn't judge distance very well, but he just wings it, and it seems to work for Deontay Wilder. He just leaps in and he commits, and all it takes is one little mistake from Tyson Fury to allow him to land one of those wide hooks. Now, I have noticed when Deontay Wilder backs up, he gets into his stance, he draws that right hand back just above his hip, and that is when he is most dangerous, when he is in that stance. That is when he is ready to punch. There is only a matter of time then before Deontay Wilder throws that right hand, and Tyson Fury does not want to be in the way when that punch goes. So all in all, Tyson Fury has explained he will meet Deontay Wilder head on. He's going to stand in the centre of the ring, and I believe him because he needs to. He needs space behind him to move into. If he is against the ropes, it is very dangerous for Tyson Fury because then Deontay Wilder will try and go to work. He is very unorthodox. You don't know what he's going to do next because I don't think Deontay Wilder even does. So what Tyson Fury must do is keep that distance, make Deontay Wilder fall short and make sure he has space behind him to move into. If not, then tie him up and walk him back and make sure that Deontay Wilder is in the centre of the ring and Tyson Fury is as well, so that Tyson Fury does have space to move into behind him. And if Tyson Fury is going to stop Deontay Wilder, then he needs to get that jab out, occupy Deontay Wilder's right hand by jabbing at it all the time. Ben Davison explained that was a good thing in the first fight. That is what Tyson Fury was trying to do. Flick that jab at Deontay Wilder's right hand in order to keep it occupied. Then Deontay Wilder had that hand up to protect his face and he wasn't going to throw a devastating right hand from that position. So that was why Tyson Fury was constantly dabbing at that right hand to keep it occupied and make sure Deontay Wilder wasn't drawing it back in order to throw something devastating. And that is what he will try and do in the second fight. Keep that right hand occupied and make sure that Deontay Wilder is constantly thinking about defending himself as opposed to attacking Tyson Fury. So he will keep that right hand occupied for as long as he can. Keep that jab going. Tyson Fury also explained he wants to let his right hand go a lot more in this fight. And I think that what he will do is work to the body, work that right hand into the body, break down Deontay Wilder. And also he will work on countering him as well. Deontay Wilder, as I said, leaps in, doesn't really judge distance that well. So Tyson Fury will try and walk him on to shots. Walk him on to a counter right hook. When Deontay Wilder leaps in straight lines, Tyson Fury will come off to the side and throw that right hook at Deontay Wilder. Now what Tyson Fury does do is keep the distance by holding his jab out there. He leaves it out there in order to create that distance. And in doing so, he shows Deontay Wilder his body. That is the only thing that Deontay Wilder can hit. So he'll go for it. So he forces Deontay Wilder to go for that body and to commit. And then Tyson Fury can step back into the space, move off to the side and land that counter right hook. I believe that is what Tyson Fury will try and do in this fight. Make Deontay Wilder miss and make him pay. He made him miss last time, but this time he will make him miss and he will make him pay. And that is why Tyson Fury believes he is going to be able to get that knockout. Now, going back to the dispute between David Haye and John Fury. John Fury believes that Deontay Wilder will unravel. He doesn't believe that Deontay Wilder has the mental strength to be in there with Tyson Fury. Whereas David Haye, who has sparred Deontay Wilder, believes that Deontay Wilder will not unravel and he is a lot more mentally strong than people give him credit for. Now, as we know, boxing is a mental game. It's as much mental as it is physical. In fact, it could be more mental. And Tyson Fury is the king of mind games. If anyone is going to make another man unravel, then it will be Tyson Fury. That is what he is doing here. He does it in the press conferences. He does it by saying he's going to be 270 pounds and he's coming in with a right hand to knock out Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury said to Deontay Wilder's face, "I'm going to knock you out." He said he's going to hit him on the point of the chin in the second round and Deontay Wilder is not going to be able to stand up to that. And that would knock Deontay Wilder out. Now, I don't believe that Deontay Wilder wanted to do the press conferences. I think not doing the press conferences would have benefited him. I think that was why we weren't going to get any. But obviously, the fight needs to be sold. That was why the press conferences were called, 2 in the space of a week. And that gave Tyson Fury the opportunity to try and get in Deontay Wilder's head. Also by saying he's going to be extremely heavy going into this fight. He's going to be a lot heavier than the last fight and he's going to go for the knockout. Could be all mind games and it could be a ploy to make Deontay Wilder unravel and perhaps change his game plan in his fight with Tyson Fury, because Deontay Wilder knows what to expect from Tyson Fury. But does he really know? Because Tyson Fury is as unpredictable as Deontay Wilder. They are both each other's kryptonite. As I said, if one man is going to make another man unravel, it's going to be Tyson Fury. But guys, what are your thoughts? Do you believe that Deontay Wilder has the mental strength and do you believe he has the will to win this fight? Or do you believe he will unravel and Tyson Fury will get that jab out, work to the body and break down Deontay Wilder and break Deontay Wilder's heart and break him down and knock him out? That is the belief of John Fury. Do you agree with him? Or do you think that David Haye is right? Deontay Wilder is more mentally strong than anyone has given him credit for. We haven't seen him unravel yet, and we won't in this rematch. Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below, click the thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.